It's This Week in Bourbon, and you better know better by now. Don't get caught cheating at a Coldplay concert. And here's your headlines for July 25th, 2025. Luca Mariano files for Chapter 11. The Kentucky's AG files a lawsuit against Temu, and Sazerac is releasing Sazerac Rye 100 proof. Before we get started, here's a quick word from our partners. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's This Week in Bourbon, and
another week.
Well, I'd say sorry for all you Coldplay listeners out there. Maybe more sorry if you're cheating on your wife at Coldplay.
Yeah, that was not smart.
There's no point even bringing it up on the phone because it's the most viral sensation that's happened in I don't know how long. I didn't know that this is what it takes to bring the country back together.
Yep, it is a disaster, but not a nationwide disaster.
It's a disaster. Here's the thing that most people might not know. If you know that this actually has a tie back into the spirits world.
How so?
So the husband of the wife is the CEO of Privateer Rum.
No way.
Yes.
Huh. Well, sorry, buddy.
When all the C's get together, there's a little extrajudicious thing going on, huh?
Yeah, Brian Bikey, our wonderful social media manager, he sent like a picture and he's like, and it's our silly photos of, it was before he posted it. It was like, back before, or we were fans of Coldplay, and I was like, what does this even mean?
You're like 5 hours before you knew it was going
exactly.
on.
And then so I just got on Instagram and I typed Coldplay in, and then that popped. I was like, oh,
this is a real thing right now.
Yeah. I mean, how dumb can you be with how much social media? Like, you can't have an affair in the suite at the Coldplay concert.
I don't know. I'm not going to try to justify anything. There's another comedian, by the way. Have you ever heard of Morgan J? Do you know who he is? Anyway, he does like some audio, comedy stuff.
On top of trends.
I know. Anyway, he does a bunch of stuff with autotune, but he does something where he says, "You will be on camera. You will be there is a good chance that you will be on camera at this show. So if you're cheating on your spouse, do not come to the show." And he's like, maybe this should just be a well-known fact amongst going to public events.
Like when you go through the metal detector, they're like, ask you, are you cheating on your spouse?
Yeah, like if you are even contemplating it, do not come to this show.
Sign a waiver before you come in.
Well, I don't know if signing a waiver is going to do anything. Get your spouse to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some other announcements. I know you got some stuff coming up in regards, if you want to keep plugging that stuff for Kansas City and everything like that going on.
Next Thursday, I will be which is July 31st, I'll be in Kansas City at the Rock Hill Grill from 5:30 to 8:30. There's going to be some light appetizers, some cocktails, and then I'm going to be in the Oak Room doing some samplings. I'm going to bring our cask strength bourbon and cask strength rye to kind of release it out into the Missouri markets.
I'm glad you're doing the Oak Room of all places too.
I know, very fitting. It's not the Sweet Oak Room, but I'll take the Oak Room.
That's my room actually.
So come out. I know there's going to be a lot of Kansas City Bourbon Club fans there, and some of our ambassadors and some of our partners. But yeah, if you're love to come meet you, come hang out. It'd be a good time. And then, gosh, I should keep.
You gonna have a bottle signing pen with you? You ready to go?
I should bring one. I usually have. I have a little.
It's gonna happen.
I have a little backpack that I take on these road trips, and I need to remember to bring that one. I can't tell how many times
I got a fresh one in the drawer.
I can't how many times I've had to go to Walgreens before, I need a
Sharpie.
Exactly, and then August 8th, I'll be down in Franklin, Tennessee for the Southern Whiskey Society Food and Whiskey Festival. It's gonna be awesome. Have a call with the chef tomorrow. I'm doing a food pairing session with our whiskeys, pairing them with certain foods. So I'm excited to see what dishes he's thinking and how we can pair our bourbons with them and rice.
Are you going to be like, I would love a bowl of Count Chocula with mine if that's what we could do?
Yeah. If we can do a Trix or something like that.
Some kind of Frosted Flakes would just be really kind of in line.
I'm sure people be like, "Oh, I paid all this money for freaking cereal."
Yeah, well, you get the the mini boxes that you get at the hotel.
That's
rooms.
right.
That's what you take with you.
And then I believe the date's August 29th. I'm so terrible.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, August 29th, I'll be in Denver at Spirit Wine Provisions. It's the 30th. Spirit Wine Provisions, August 30th. still trying to sure up times, but just put that on your calendar, August 30th, if you're in the Denver area.
There you go. Market. Well, let's go ahead and jump in with some whiskey news. What do you say?
I'm excited.
I would be too excited. It seems like a lot of this is going to be doom and gloom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, at least the first one is. I don't know. Might as well get into it.
Lay it
Let's
on me.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Luca Mariano Distillery has now filed for Chapter 11 reorganization bankruptcy, and this has happened in the East District of Michigan, which I had no idea they were based out of Michigan. The distillery, which had a grand opening back in June, estimates its assets and liabilities around $1 million and $10 million. And according to owner Francesco Viola, the filing aims to maximize the value and assets for all stakeholders and to enable the company to merge successfully. This bankruptcy filing on hold puts a pending motion in Boyle County that sought to place the distillery into receivership and potentially force a sale due to $3.8 million in unpaid debts.
Yikes. You hate to hear that. Yeah, I've had some Luca Mariano stuff. I assume they are getting it from another distillery there in Danville, and
not too far from there.
And you're like, I would just, they probably had a lot of contract distillation, this and that, on their pro formas and this and that. I'm sure that didn't pan out. It's unfortunate. I have seen. Well, I won't talk about it, but anyways.
I mean, you can say it like you've seen barrels.
Like it's okay. There's barrels that have shown up that and I'm sure they're part of this bankruptcy filing, but yeah, you hate to hear it, and but hopefully they can get sorted out, get their debt consolidated, and this and that, and be able to move forward. Yeah,
it's been one of those brands that has kind of really, I wouldn't say been in the shadows. They probably just haven't been able to kind of like catch that wave.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest part of what Luca Mariano's trouble has been. They've had great packaging. They've got a lot of effort put into the marketing side of things, but there just hasn't been anything that's captured the whiskey geek or the broader market from what I've been able to see, at least from being on the inside.
Yeah, I've had some Sealbox did some picks with them. I think it was last year, and was able to try them. They were actually really good. So the whiskey's good, packaging, story, all that. But yeah, hopefully they can get figured out and be able to move forward.
We'll see what happens. Well, let's continue on because it's all lawsuits here for the next two of them here.
Oh, buddy.
So Kentucky's Attorney General Russell Coleman, no affiliation, I promise you, has filed a lawsuit against the online shopping platform Temu, alleging violations of customer privacy and intellectual property theft. The lawsuit claims that Temu illegally collects user data and transmit it to the Chinese government, utilized a forced labor from Chinese ethnic minorities, and steals intellectual property from the U.S. brands, specifically mentioning the University of Kentucky, Buffalo Trace Distillery, and Churchill Downs. So I'm mentioning this because Buffalo Trace was in it. He said that Temu's cheap products and flashy marketing hide the real danger, and that includes the potential for malware infection and personal data theft, which could be sent directly to the Chinese government. The lawsuit also contends that Temu engages in other forms of consumer fraud, such as misrepresentation of products, fake customer reviews, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, Temu has not said anything about this matter.
I've never been on Temu. I've heard about it, but I've never really been on there.
It's a competitor to AliExpress is probably the best way to say it. You know Alibaba, right? That's like more wholesale buy in bulk sort of thing. AliExpress is, there's a cool t-shirt that I've never seen before and it's got some flair of fun. All right, I'll order that and it's $8 shipped to your door. Temu is the same exact thing. So it's just a ton of Chinese mass market.
Mostly fashion or
mostly fashion, reproduction, stealing, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just kind of put it out there because it's whack-a-mole, right? That's exactly what's going to happen in the day. It's like, you kill one and another one's going to pop up with another store. There's really, I don't see a way forward with this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a customer or not shopping on there, but sounds like you can't still.
Well, you can get some ashless chaps on there, Ryan. I know you're big into your horse riding.
Buffalo Trace branded ones.
You can. Well, remember a long time ago, I had this idea of bringing like jerseys or like kind of
like the DJ jerseys.
Yeah, kind of like those,
jerseys.
but they make them already for Buffalo Trace and Mellow Corn and a bunch of well-known brands, and they're all on Temu and AliExpress and all those other kind of things. And if you're wearing those at Bourbon Fest, I've seen you wearing it before, so I don't think I haven't noticed it. But that's where like the idea came when I started looking at all these things. So yes, the copyright infringement runs rampant.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're gonna do anything.
Especially with those universities, that's like big no.
But you're in China.
Or any brand.
Yeah, you're in China. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. It's like you going against, like putting up like Shanghai University T-shirts. Like, what are they gonna do, Ryan?
I'm not gonna find out.
Yeah, exactly. So, no idea. All right. So this next lawsuit, it's really weird, and I'll tell you why in a second. So, plaintiff, who is Sazerac here.
Oh yeah, I read this. It was weird.
They're claiming for injunctive and other relief against John Doe's, who's the defendant. And John Doe's is in plural. Here's what it alleges, is that this concern is for the defendant's deliberate efforts to deceive the general public by falsely claiming to be one of Sazerac's most well-known and venerated employees, Master Distiller Harlan Wheatley. So you're trying to take his namesake. That's one. And then two, whoever's doing this, you're unlawfully trading on Sazerac's goodwill. And the defendant is operating on multiple social media profiles in which he purports to be Wheatley himself. Through this long-standing grift, the defendant falsely offers the public access to unique Sazerac products and experiences, including the opportunity to purchase exclusive high-end bourbons. Here's the funny thing, is that the defendant, at this point, is currently unknown. They don't know who it is. So
they're just suing the heir?
Yeah. So it's Harlan Davis Wheatley through the Facebook pseudonyms of @Harlan.Davis.Wheatley and @Buffalo.Trace.Distillery.30273. They're referred to collectively as these social media accounts. So it says that according to the social media accounts, the defendant is a resident of Kentucky. Probably not. But Sazerac is going to amend this complaint to allege whatever. They're going to try to bring the true names and addresses and other requisite information once ascertained, which they never will. Well, I don't get this. Is so weird.
I guess they're doing it just to make people aware, like, don't buy from this account, or don't, you would think people are smart enough not to, but, it's funny. I was thinking about 6 months ago, I had a friend request from Harlan Wheatley, and I was like, that's not possible.
Because the funny thing was, whose profile photo it is, and that's what's all in the media circles, is it's Brian Hara's profile photo that is being used.
Oh, I didn't even look
from
at it.
Sippin' Corn.
That's hilarious.
That is the best part of all this.
Man, that's great. Good for Brian.
I know. Which is, oddly enough, the guy who sued Sazerac and won is the guy that is now the face of this. So
that's funny. But maybe not.
I don't know. But you're totally right. At the very beginning, I had the same exact sentiment. I go, this is that Simpsons photo of the grandpa shaking and pumping his hair his hand at the sky. There's no difference. Like, I don't like what are you doing? You're suing nobody. You're suing the internet. This is beyond ridiculous. Other than the fact that they have too much money and don't know what to do with it, and like their lawyers are sitting around that are on retainer.
Like, we haven't had a case in a while.
Yeah, they're on retainer, and so it's like, well, we're paying you, I don't know how many grand a month. We might as well make you do something for this money.
Yep. It's like, show me the 10 things you've done this quarter.
Yeah.
Well, I found these 2 fake accounts.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to sue nobody, and we're going to make some press releases.
And we're going to win.
And we're going to, and not only that, we're going to get these dumbass podcasters to talk about us and continue to bring the uproar.
Always our PR geniuses over there.
Yeah, they sure are.
Always know how to stay in the news.
I just read it, and I was, even because Chuck Cowdery, I'm friends with him on Facebook, he posted about it, and I was like, I don't get it. Prov even liked my response and is like, I don't get it either. So it's just like, what the hell's the point of this?
I don't know. Yeah, you stay relevant.
Stay relevant. Keep suing people. Just don't sue us yet. So we're not slanderous. We're just poking some fun.
Just questioning.
Yeah, we're just trying to see where your true thoughts and feelings are at this point.
That's right.
All right, so our last news story is that Whiskey House of Kentucky has announced a long-term extensive supply agreement with Berentzen-Gruppe, or it's Gruppe, whatever it is, a Gruppe. It's a German spirits company and one of Europe's largest private label bourbon suppliers. And under this partnership, Whiskey House will be able to ship bourbon and American whiskey to the group for a distribution for customers across Europe. The agreement has already seen the first whiskey barrels filled, aims to secure a consistent and sufficient supply for bourbon for Berentzen-Gruppe, and allowing them to maintain and expand their position in the European market. And new barrels will be added annually and transferred to Germany upon completion of their aging process.
Well, that's a big win for Whiskey House. And I think that gives a glimmer of hope that, all right, well, people are sourcing American whiskey and bourbon over there. That's a good sign.
They're trying to bring it in, white label it themselves, get it out to market, which I don't know. I guess I can see that because you have people here in the U.S. that just white label and bring in aged agave and tequila and white label it themselves. So,
and
is there
and American whiskey? So,
yeah,
and too, you have it's much easier if you're based in Europe to start a brand there versus a company that's based here that has to invest in resources over there. So, yeah.
I'm not going to go learn German.
I'm not smart enough. It sounds complicated.
All I know is Dunkelweiss because that's one of my favorite
Hefeweizen. That's the only word.
Hefeweizen, yeah.
Hefeweizen.
One of my favorite trips I ever went on, and I will encourage anybody that's out there that still is in I love to go drink a lot of beer and I have a fun time partying. Go and do Oktoberfest in Germany. It is worth it.
Really?
I had so much fun.
Did you wear the outfit?
No, you don't wear lederhosen. It's just the people that work there. They wear it, but the general public, no, they dress like me and you. And
I could see you in clogs.
I wasn't dressed in clogs either, but you go to this tent and there's 30 tents, maybe not 30, but there's a lot of tents and each tent holds 5,000 people. It's a massive tent.
Sounds like a filling day. And a lot of beer.
Well, you only have your spot in the tent for, I remember, around 2 to 3 hours. And so you have to consume whatever you can and then you're out. And then you get thrown into the Kentucky kingdom of Six Flags. And you go, well, we're here. We might as well go ride rides that spin us in circles.
Oh, boy.
And you don't think any different. You're just like, well, I've got a lot of courage in me. Let's just keep going. And so it's
like a Sandlot after they take the dip and they're spinning around and start yakking.
I cannot recall how much puddles of puke I saw, but I do remember seeing puddles of puke.
Oh, I guarantee it.
It was there. All right, that is it for all the bourbon news, but stick around. Bourbon release news coming after the break. Hey, y'all, it is bourbon release news time, and yes, I hate to tell you, Ryan. Maybe you say yes because there's only 2 of them.
I know.
You can look over my notes and
I got things to do. No, I'm kidding.
Only 2. That's mind-boggling.
The lightest week in quite some time.
I know. Well, we are going to be entering September here before we know it.
Yeah, it's about to blow up.
And you'll just be like, oh my God, does it ever end? So we'll start with the first one here is that 15 Stars has announced First West. This is a new line expression featuring 3 bourbon expressions. It's their small batch, toasted oak, and extra aged 8-year-old Kentucky bourbon. The small batch and toasted releases use an age of it's a blend 6 and 7-year-old Kentucky bourbons, including a proprietary red, white, and blue heritage corn of the blend. And the extra aged 8-year-old release is the extra aged for added complexity. And this is Kentucky bourbons, 8 and 9 years old. 15 Stars First West is available at select retailers nationwide and online at 15stars.com.
I'm excited for these. We got to try them.
Was this the one in that fancy blue bottle that they brought or they were going to do? Okay, cool.
Yeah. We had them on the podcast. Has that aired yet?
I'm about to find out right now.
Yeah. We have so much content. We don't even know when it airs. But, they'd let us try. I've been a big fan of all the blends 13 Stars does, but I had no idea that they were working with Bardstown on their own, proprietary mash bills using the corn that they grow for their popcorn brands. And so I was like, well, this is really cool. And we got to try them. And I'm really excited about this product. I think it'll do well.
August 14th is the tentative release date for that particular episode. But yes, we got to try this bright, almost neon white popcorn.
Yep.
Had no idea that that's how they started the brand and then evolutionized into taking that and making whiskey out of it.
Yeah, the package is cool. It's got a lot of nods to American history and this and that. So
it's the first time we ever had a gun in the podcast studio.
That's right.
That I think you're gonna have to wait for the
episode.
For.
Yep, you'll have to watch that one.
All right, and so our last news article here is that Buffalo Trace has announced the newest addition to the Sazerac Rye whiskey portfolio, and this is Sazerac Rye 100 proof. And this is developed in response to the demand from bartenders and whiskey enthusiasts. And this higher proof expression is designed to offer an enhanced flavor cocktail, blah, 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 blah. Now, this 100 proof is available in U.S. markets with a suggested retail price for a 1 liter, mind you, $29.99.
Oh, wow.
And the first 100 on-premise accounts to select a barrel will also receive a limited edition commemorative barrel head.
Nice. I mean, people were demanding 6 more proof points because I think the other one's like 94, isn't it?
I have no idea. All right, fine. Make me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
But the Sazerac Rye has always been a pretty
solid.
Yeah, I was like, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty like good whiskey.
It's like Rittenhouse, I mean, it's not going to blow you away, but it's pretty solid, especially if you're going to make. It's a good rye whiskey for old fashions, cocktails, and this and that. I mean,
I'm trying to. Why can't we find a good picture here? I swear.
Yeah, I love seeing you fumble through.
Yeah, I know. It's like finally Kenny is the one that has to sit here and fumble through everything. So it is. Oh, man alive. Can we make this any more difficult on me here?
It's somewhere in the 90s. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take somewhere in the 90s.
But I guess to me, I've seen a lot of on-premise use Rittenhouse as their like house rye. And so I feel like bumping it up to 100, they're trying to take on Rittenhouse.
45, 90
proof. Okay,
90 proof.
So 10
Got
proof, more proof points. So that's probably their attempt to like capture some of that market share, mind share on the big, especially on the on-premise, getting that like being that house rye that people use for cocktails.
Yep, exactly. So good for them. I think it's the right move. So we'll just see what happens. Did you actually select the Sazerac Rye barrel?
I did. For us, yeah.
Okay.
For our good friends at Keg and Bottle.
That's right. It was a long. I don't think I made it there for the day.
We didn't. I can't remember if that one, because we went and we selected that in an Eagle Rare that day, and I think with the Sazerac Rye, I went to our podcast, but the Eagle Rare went straight to Keg and Bottle.
Did it? Okay. Yeah, I can't remember.
True Tony fashion.
Hey, well.
But no, we were grateful to be there.
Well, Tony, the first 100 people here get a commemorative barrel head. Fuck the barrel. We just want the barrel head.
That's right.
See?
To be fair, that day, the Sazerac Rye was superior to the Eagle Rare, just for that day.
Did you get to try to barrel proof?
I did. It was really good.
Oh, well.
It was like handy.
I'm sure it was. I mean, that exactly is what handy is. So
yep.
That makes sense. All right. That is going to do it. That is This Week in Bourbon for July 25th, the year of our Lord 2025. With that, cheers, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.